Need to pull off the win here if they want to get a reverse sweep, get that ball moving. They've already had one 5-game series. Why not another?
Interestingly enough, Shine looking to run the Lucio here. Remember, he was an old sub for Runaway in the past, along with Coma, the ex-KongDoo player. So kind of ironic they ended up in the same place. Not going to be running the Ana here, though. So just a complete shift. Having Kostos out, but not for Ana, at least not yet. Maybe we'll see it on B.
Yeah, it's still just the slow build speed of that sound barrier does make you think that it might not be up for B, but Takoyaki, in the meantime, he's been swinging away like a madman. Comes up with a double kill, looking through that Rhine Brig, and then after that, everything else just crumbles. Take that foundation right out from underneath of him. KongDoo Panthera on the first attack, going to be coming up short.
Really unfortunate. You can see Shine on this Lucio. A little bit of struggles here, but he was a Lucio main, slash Lucio player for a long time. Speed boost really well timed this time, actually.
Yeah, Zarya bubble out from Selly. Push through in onto True. He's still getting tagged up into the corner. The Fire Strike coming down. Fix me. Able to find the kill. Choice A1. There you go. The foundation going to crumble again. And it's just going to be the pickups here as Kleston gets popped out of the mech. I mean, they honestly could just leave him to his own devices up there, but Sparkle, I think, wants a little bit of extra percentage.
Yeah.
But gets tagged up, but that's going to be a swap. And again, not certain how much charge he is losing on this, but
I mean, if you compare him to Hanbin, he has self-destruct, so he's probably 60 at least.
That and just even comparing it to Selly, to True, who has been dying off the bat, will be building up, for an Earthshatter faster than a Diva. That's a considerable loss here for the side of KongDoo Panthera.
Okay, another good speed boost, trying to look for this Shatter. Angle's not good enough, though.
Graviton Surge comes down, does lock up Kleston. Bomb in onto the side. True has the shield up, the pin a little bit too late.
Okay, this could be good. This could be good.
Transcendence is out. No one's going to be going down yet. The Shatter coming in. The barrier going to be up here. Unique does get tagged in the back by that ult, but does not get taken down. Spawning Graviton Surge coming through. Sound barriers in KongDoo Panthera. A little bit too late to save Choice A1's life. Now True going to be taken down. Just like this, Element Mystic stabilizing in the chaos of that fight. Come out on top. Kleston taken down on the end.
Shine with a late barrier there, but the bigger story was they had a great setup there to counter the grab coming out from Sparkle. It was really well done. And True was looking for that Shatter after the bash coming from Choice A1, but he was just too far away. It was so close.
Mind you, he has another Shatter online.
Yeah, it was super close to being a great fight for Panthera. I mean, it was a great fight, just not good enough, unfortunately.
Yeah, it was fantastic, but here we go, push around the corner. True, taking so much damage. Kleston gonna have to zip back with the Zarya. Doesn't care about shields or defense matrices, goes ahead.
Just gonna stagger him.
To get that knockout.
They know they can stagger him because
it's gonna be another swap. It's another massive loss.
If he doesn't swamp and they try to fight, they just get grabbed because there's no counterplay to the grab. They know there's no support ultimates up for, at least for Shine. Agatha's close, but they knew Shine had just barriered.
Again, Takoyaki this time taken down. Bombs in, looking for the pickoffs. Will be able to find Shine. It's one, and Kleston's going to be taken out of the mech on top of it all. Shatter out from True. Kill's not going to be found here. However, for KongDoo Panthera, the rally comes out. Agatha getting a little bit, but now Selly's going to be gone. Not going to be having any of that armor. True's going to be eliminated to push forward all the way back to the spawn as they look for the staggers. Agatha taken out. No one having armor. The rally away. So KongDoo Panthera with 25 seconds remaining. Might just be full health.
I mean, we may never see a self-destruct from Kleston, but both of Hanbin's have been good. And that was a huge mistake by Selly to grab there. Now, when they have no support ults against them, when the grab would be the most effective on the attack, he's not going to have it.
Yep. Push forward one more time. Is this going to be the charm? Graviton Surge seems to say no. Locks them up as the clock ticks down. Kills start coming through. Shine's going to be dead. No one to tag the point. The full hold executed beautifully by Element Mystic.
Very clean. Element Mystic looks like they are really in Season 1 form. Like, we may have to start touting them as the best team in Korea, like in Season 1. We may have to start saying these guys are supposed to win the finals. Like, we're getting to Chosen 1, Season 1 levels of hype here for Element Mystic right now. It's just really, really good ult management, counter support ultimates, focus fire. All they need is one tick, and this series is over. They keep their undefeated record for a third week in a row. And KongDoo Panthera just looked lost. You know, Shine was on the Lucio, but he actually had a weaker Lucio game than KongDoo would have. I very strongly believe he was out of position multiple times, got caught by that Diva Bomb. Late sound barrier in that one fight there as well, after the choke was breached. It's, you know, on the defense, he's going to be showing Lucio again too, so no Ana here. Starts to feel like it was probably going to be B exclusive, but if you never get to B, it just doesn't matter. The whole sub ends up for naught. Maybe that the KongDoo Panthera coach thought that KongDoo was underperforming on the first 2 maps, but I personally wouldn't agree with that sentiment.
Yeah, honestly, I agree with you. So far, Shine hasn't really been showing us anything that KongDoo has not.
Well, Mystic, their best fights have been in the neutral with no ultimates. And they're just rolling right up onto True.
Yep, Sparkle just trying to build up that energy. He pops the first barrier, still has one to offer up. We'll throw that one down in on the Hanbin. True and Jose one taking a lot of damage. Now Cleston going to get knocked out of that mech instantly. A Fire Strike finding the burst, and Philha able to finish off the pilot farm.
This might just be it, man.
It's starting to look that way. Push forward, Philha leading the charge. Does have that shield bash ready to go. Lock him up. True getting pushed back away from the point. He's getting closer and closer to a shatter. It have to be one hell of a big one if they wanted to try to take this down, but he and Agatha will fall, and that will just be Element Mystic taking the series 3-0. One more map to be played. KongDoo Panthera already weak as far as their differential is concerned. They really need to spare their blushes a little bit here by trying to pick up a victory on Escort.
I think there's no question in my mind that Doa is the best Brigitte in Korea. He's just able to do so much damage, build these rallies so fast, hit these combos, set up these stuns for ultimates. And then because he's so good at surviving, he always has more armor packs than anybody else. Is able to keep Takoyaki in the fight longer. And also, Sparkle's aggressive tendencies, he's got the armor pack for that too. He comes in swinging, and he's always ready to immediately save someone who gets caught, if that is even to be the case. Because once again, our referee captures Sparkle's stats here. Who knows, we might have another set of that. There's XC, by the way, right in the back. So we talked about how he was here today. I wasn't really paying attention to see if he was physically on camera before, but I did just check. I mean, whatever was going on with him before doesn't matter because he's here now. Well, which is good. It's good to see, which makes me feel like Mystic even has further depth in terms of hit scan.
Let him play.
If that becomes relevant.
Let the boy play.
I think there's a world where McCree and potentially Ash become meta after the next patch whenever that comes out.
I think he had a keyboard in his hand.
Oh.
Unless he's NASCAR swapping for somebody else, just like changing their tires. I think that we might have XC coming in, but time will tell. We'll have to wait and see.
Well, if they pick Dorado, if KongDoo picks Dorado, I think it would be a wise map pick for them. Would make sense to see XC come in. But, you know, the reality is, to be honest with you, if we see XC come in, he's probably just going to play Zarya.
You know, highly possible.
Doesn't look like he's coming in, I don't think.
Well, I imagine we're probably having some swaps on both sides.
Oh.
More than likely. And yeah, I can kind of see the
okay, I was wrong. There. I was wrong.
Looks like KongDoo Panthera might be having KongDoo rejoin. We'll get a full confirmation on all of this momentarily.
Yeah. If I think you guys would be a little bit surprised to see who is going in for whom on Element Mystic. We didn't talk about this before, but XC is not only listed as a sub for the both DPS players, but also for the Diva player, Hanbin.
Yep. But we'll go ahead and relive the very brief stint that we had on Hanamura. I imagine we don't have too many highlights to show.
Yeah.
So let's flip through these momentarily. Great setup. I mean, Sparkle is just the kid's just a monster.
And the thing is also in this moment, like that wasn't even hard to do. They just had so many advantages that he was like, well, I mean, they have no time. They have to go literally now. I have the wall. I have the advantage. I know their D.Va's not in position to eat this.
Yep.
They don't have support ultimates. All he had to do was aim at the wall and press Q in that particular moment because of everything they did before that to lead to him having like his 4th grab, you know, and leading to them having that positional advantage, having the ult advantage in terms of support ultimates, knowing there was not going to be a counter there, knowing Cleston wasn't going to be able to shut them down. Like, it's all that leads to him just pressing Q into the wall, and they win the game.
Yeah, him being a monster has nothing to do usually with the setup of the Graviton Surge. It's how he got there and what number Graviton Surge that is.
Yeah.
And how much space there was in between the last one. Because there's usually not much, you know, 30 seconds to a minute, and then he's got those things online. So I'm so happy that we have Sparkle back.
Yes, me too.
It's fantastic. Now we just need him to play some Genji. But here we go. We will take a peek over at the roster swaps for this final map of the series. It's going to be Merit coming in with Selly sitting out.
Yeah, we've seen this before. Just kind of a different flavor of hero pools. Like Merit has the ability to play projectile. Sully is more known for hit scan, even though he hasn't obviously played it this season. There's the Kostos. Yeah. And then on the side of Element Mystic, let's take a look over across the way where we duped.
Eventually, I think we're finalizing something on stage, so it's taking a moment.
Yeah. Well,
really building the tension for this reveal, even though we already spoiled it.
Yeah. Okay.
Hey, there he is.
So XE will sub in for Hanbin. So
okay,
this is very odd. Remember, XE has not played a single game since playoffs in Season 2. I believe was absent as well for the Busan show match. So he's been out for a while. He's back in now, playing the diva role for a diva who's had incredible play tonight, good game sense. I think this is more of a let's get XE's rust off, but I'm just surprised to see him subbed in for Hanbin. I would expect to see him rather for Sparkle because Daw being the best Brigitte in Korea and probably in all of Contenders worldwide, like we just need to have that in this meta.
Well, we will get to see the return of XC and whether or not he is going to be playing a tank. I mean, depending on the map pick, we're still waiting to see what it is. Maybe XC's coming in.
He could be playing Widow. I mean, we could be seeing the quad DPS on Route 66.
That's what I'm talking about. Maybe that's what's going to be happening.
I mean, that would make a lot more sense. It's a huge risk if it backfires, but that would make a lot of sense.
Or he still wants to run something like the Widow, perhaps, with Sparkle on the Zarya, and they go for like a 2-tank. Well, with Brigitte, and then
if
they go for a 2-1-3.
If they're relying on the quad DPS, though, Achilios, they're relying on the surprise element of that as well. It's like, okay, we're putting XE in. Our hit scam player hasn't played in several months. We picked Route 66. He's setting up for like a really long time. I hope that they just don't notice that we're running quad DPS.
You know,
I think it's going to be pretty obvious if they pick Route 66. Like they will definitely check for it.
Well, I mean, it's KongDoo, so they would have to expect in that possibility. They of course as well know that XD was here today and was available. So if they said Route 66 and then all of this happened, then yeah, I think they have some idea.
Yeah.
It's just whether or not they can do anything about it is what needs to be seen.
Yeah.
If that's going to be the circumstances, we still don't know.
Yeah, we don't know. XC is finally set up, it looks like, just based off of body language here, that the setup is complete.
Oh, no, never mind. We're going to relive well. It's been a really long time since XC has played, guys. He's trying to remember his key bindings. So, hey, what did I put my quick melee on? I don't remember.
Yes, I'm really excited to see that Element Mystic wins highlight as well.
Yep. Oh, it's just going to be 3 times in a row, really. And we get to take a look at the huge bomb from Hanbin again.
Yeah.
So that's neat.
Watch the charge on that.
And the deny.
Oh, that was a sick deny by True.
There's been some good plays, you know?
Yeah, there have been some good plays tonight,
Very
right?
nice shatter there. There you go. Yeah, just taking that shield out of there is just perfect. And nope.
Denied.
All you karma farmers, there's plenty of clips for you to go ahead and post on Reddit, I guess.
Just watch all the moments where Hanbin kills it, and then it's like we lead up to this quad DPS XE story, and he just plays Diva and like totally fails, and they lose. I'm like,
you know, it could be. It could be. The point is, we're getting ready to find out. You hear that music? That means that the map selection, the settings for the players, everything is taken care of. So XE is ready to go to make his return to the stage.
That's right. It's been a very long time for the Star Hit Scan player. And if it's Route 66, you gotta expect we're gonna be seeing a little bit of that Widowmaker, potentially a little bit of Soldier 76.
Dorado. Okay, so maybe this is just gonna be some Widow.
Oh, historically though, for Element Mystic, before 3-3 was a common meta pick, you would see XE on this map playing the Widow in Widow versus Widow, because that was the dominant meta throughout Season 2 until the very end, and then Season 1 for the majority as well, where we saw him duel against players like Ons. But yeah, I mean, who knows, man? If he's just playing Diva, I think it would be a bit of a shock.
Well, let's find out. Oh. This would be a very big surprise. I think Daw is still playing back, so might be swapping off the Ana, but it looks like XE may not be going for the Widowmaker, but it's another sniper, the Hanzo. And yes, okay, this is what I was talking about. They're actually going to be going 2-1-3.
Yeah.
I'm going to pat myself on the back. Good job, me. Figured it out.
It's very viable with Hanzo in particular because he works well against this 3-3 with his ultimate. You can also pair with that with a grab. Like we've seen this specific comp a lot on Rialto, and it's very strong still on the first part of Dorado. As we get deeper in, it'll be less effective and it'll be a lot harder to pull off because you're missing a lot of damage mitigation from the Diva, as well as, you know, just that safe escape mobility.
Jump up to the front here from True.
It's very good against Winston in particular too, so that might actually be something we see swapped for KongDoo Panthera. As Winston puts himself in danger every time he dives in like that against the burst.
Right clicks as Sparkle still plays for. The rest of the team going to be retreating back over into the marketplace.
It's such an awkward angle for KongDoo Panthera. They're kind of caught between a rock and a hard place here as they try to move forward.
Sparkle is just fearless. He knows he can just drop back. He's got the backup here from his squad. They will keep him alive. Bubble coming down, building up that energy instantly, now surging up to about 90. Pop up over the top, weaving in these shots, and you can see the difference here in charge. 44% about above merit. Cart going to be abandoned for the moment as XE tries to poke out, get closer and closer to that Dragon Strike. True now going to be rejoining in, does have the Reinhardt coming in.
Oh man, this is actually working so well. They're so circumvented. Now, Takoyaki's dead, but I still think Mystics has a favorable position here.
He gets taken down. Agatha
Dragon Strike
had gotten taken out. Dragon Strike going to be coming through from the backside. Kosta's going to be eliminated. Klesson nearly popped out of the mech by that ult. XE follows up, finds choice A1. It's Agatha. Welcome back to the stage, young man. A quad kill over to the Hanzo. The team wipe comes through. And KongDoo Panthera will be held at bay.
Just, they had the better angle there. Sure, Takoyaki got caught. And there's probably a world where he could live there. But, you know, he gets picked, but they have the Dragon Strike, which is going to do massive damage. It's also going to force everyone into a bad place where Sparkle has full energy. And XE gets the finishing blows there on the majority of those kills, but a lot of the damage was just from the Zarya. Now they can continue to control this same choke from a different angle.
Well, Transcendence to open things up. Agatha popping that. Pixman going to be holding on to one of his own. The Shatter coming down. Locks up True in the front line. That is more than enough here for KongDoo Panthera, it would seem. Still going to be investing that sound barrier. Trying to get a kill. Takoyaki going low. Gets finished off. Kosto's coming up with one. Dragon Strike available. XE getting jumped on the Transcendence, keeping him alive. Bomb thrown down into the back. Gohan going to be eliminated, but now Marin, Agatha, Kostos going to be taken out. The Dragon Strike, maybe a little unnecessary, but it's okay. Welcome back. He was just celebrating a little bit.
This is actually really innovative, actually. You know, we heard Element Mystic had the counter, quote-unquote, to GOATs. XE hadn't played until now.
Maybe XE was the X Factor.
Sure, could be. But I mean,
I didn't even mean to make that pun, but yeah.
This is working really well. And they've hidden it for a long time. But this seems very viable on this map.
Oh, I mean, Spookful is just constantly playing up on these ledges.
He's just going to sandwich them, too, if they commit further in.
So, all right, which way do you want to go?
Yeah, it's like, pick your poison.
Shift over to this side. He's going to be disconnected from his squad now. A little bit, but still going to be a threat in and of itself. Sound barrier coming down. Crew's going to get dropped. Get an opportunity to use that Earth Shatter. Sparkle's still going to be spamming away. High energy here. Comes up with another double kill. And he is now going to have a grab online.
They knew he would be basically invincible. And KongDoo made a mistake to turn around and focus Sparkle. He gets the sound barrier. That's why he's basically invincible. He's got his bubble as well. He ends up with full energy. There's no retreat path for KongDoo Panthera. It's going into the jaws of a full energy Zarya while you're going to get speed boosted on and killed. Or you go into a team where you're trapped between a rock and a hard place. Like, there's no way out. This is such an intelligent composition from Element Mystic. Now they have the ult advantages again. Agatha can turn this with a really good Transcendence, and that's what they're going to have to hope for.
Well, Wolf, before there was GOATs, there was Grab Dragon Strike. Not going to be finding the kills, so the Transcendence from Agatha will go ahead and keep them topped up. The Shadow comes in from Takoyaki, locks up absolutely everybody. They can't make it to the cart, and it's another full hold. Here at the hands of Element Mystic, taking them out and looking damn good while they do it.
Everything that happened in that choke after the grab, the Dragon Strike grab combo was just, it was KongDoo Panthera had nothing to do except try to take a bad fight. The Shatter was going to be so easy to pull off in that area. I don't know, I can't tell you who masterminded this composition, this strategy from Element Mystic, but in my opinion, it's the most interesting thing we have seen all season because this looks viable as hell. This does not look like quad DPS gimmicky. This does not look cheesy. This actually looks like this might become a standard on the beginning of this map, and it's the first time we've seen what we accept to be the strongest 3-3 work. You know, it's the first thing we've seen work against that with flying colors. So very map specific, sure, very much point specific at the beginning of Dorado. But what a style to see. Sub your Diva player out and do, you know, the 2-1-3. Very, very unique here, what we're seeing. I am impressed.
Very well done so far.
Now, how they attack will be a little bit different.
Now he's showing Widowmaker, and I hope that we get this. Sparkle is showing the Torbjorn.
I think you can look for an initial snipe, but I think he's going to have to play Diva.
We'll find out.
At the end of the day, like if he doesn't get opening kills, you know, the Widow is not going to be worth it.
Well, they're trying to scout Sonic Arrow, trying to spot him out here. Bit of damage coming through. XE going to be postured up here onto the side. Shot coming in. Body tag onto Agatha. Jumped on. Falling low. Oh, misses the grapple. Tries to get the break onto the mech in desperation. Will be unable to do so, but Choice A1. And nearly Agatha gone here in the meantime. Gohan's still going to be sticking through with a Hanzo. Sniping out to the best of his ability here. Popping around the corner. Getting a couple shots in onto Truth. Trying to break that barrier. Agatha getting tagged. Doha ran down Cleston. Just corralling these snipers constantly, trying to keep them contained.
Yeah, the idea is to see KongDoo overextend here, seeing their numbers advantage and the speed boost come through, then hit the supports. But now with the rally armor coming up soon, like it's going to be rough. And it's so predictable now too.
Transcendence going to be online for Agatha. Takoyaki taken down as he tries to push forward.
Late grab. What?
Grab will be coming through. The Dragon Strike in from the side. XE able to get the pop there on to that mech. Took down Cleston. Merritt going to be gone. They can't keep pushing for it. Transcendence out from Fixby, trying to keep everybody else topped up, but Unique will still fall, and it seems like this is maybe not working, but they're still trying to have some success. As I say it, they go ahead. They turn it around on its head.
Welcome back to Contenders Korea XE on the Widow.
Yeah. Gets the snipe there on the True, takes him out, and now the card can go ahead and very freely move forward. KongDoo Panthera, they cannot recontest briefly.
He can get a grab off this fight.
Yep, got 5% right there. Klesson going to be throwing the bomb into the back line to pick up onto Unique, but they need so much more than that if they want to hold this up. There's still 2 minutes left to go, and Element Mystic, they can play patiently.
I actually appreciate that. That was a big risk, but it certainly got them into a fantastic position. That's when risk pays off. Okay, now they have positional advantage against this grab, although... Okay, this is going to be the big combo attempt.
Sparkle knows.
Kleston, if he's demeched, this is GG.
Waiting for the setup. Dragon Strike held. Just going to be throwing it down. Agatha, the first one to fall. The Dragon Strike coming in. Takes down Kostos. Kleston knocked out of the mech as well. Pin for pin. True hits the ground, though. Scoops the kill. And that is going to be the cleanup here. A triple, a quad for the Hanzo on the back end. And there you have it, Element Mystic. They get the 4-0 on the day.
Very much a class act here from this team that comes up with this unique strategy. You just utilizes it perfectly on its one strong point. Goes into a bit of a more rocky attack where you're forced to play into somewhat unfavorable positions. But Mystic is just so good at playing around Sparkle Zarya. His flanks, coming from the side, coming from behind, getting massive grabs off repeatedly. They're able to play a D.Va-less comp on attack and make it work because Xe is just so mechanically gifted. If those of you who have been following him since Season 1 were afraid or worried about where his skill level might be at after such a long break, I think those people are going to rest very assured after watching him pop off after the grab, getting that angled kill onto True during charge, that headshot. Element Mystic looks like a big contender to win this title now. Everyone's looking at GC Busan Wave. Everyone's looking at Runaway, but we need to remember this team is God tier right now.
It's looking that way. Handshakes out. KongDoo going to be back to the drawing board for next week as we see a couple hugs coming out between the members here as well. But, they need to stabilize. There's good, still 2-1. They have a good record so far here in the season, but their differential has just tanked because of this 0-4 loss.
Yeah, definitely a big hit there. Element Mystic, on the other hand, jumping up with a +4 that not everyone expected to see tonight. I was kind of myself, you and I had a lot of discussion about we thought it would be a close series or not. You were thinking at least we'd see Panthera take a map. I thought it was going to be actually a little bit more one-sided than it even was.
I thought they certainly had the potential, and then Panthera did kind of show that. Hanamura, absolutely not. But specifically when it came down to Numbani, that's when things were looking actually pretty good for KongDoo Panthera, but they couldn't quite, make it happen.
Even Achilios wasn't that one-sided, though. There were some good fights there. Obviously, when you lose the first fight on control, like you're gonna have to really fight an uphill battle in this meta. I mean, even in dive meta, it was like, that's pretty rough, but in this meta, you're like, good luck. If you lose that first fight, you're going to have a really bad time, and they were still able to retake both the first round and the second round. Either way, like, Element Mystic has shown finally some real depth. It's not just the 3-3. They've got the Dorado answer there. They've shown us the Pharah defense on Numbani. They've shown us the dive attack, or, well, at least they were going to potentially do the dive attack, didn't actually commit to it. Element Mystic looks scarier and scarier every week.